Hello, welcome back to Off the Pitch, all the way from Dubai this time. Well, not you two, just me.
Always on holiday.
But I wanted to kick off with, and probably all Chelsea fans are probably happy with this result, but Thomas Tuchel is the new England manager. Now, I know some people are saying we should have gone for an English manager rather than a foreigner, but it hasn't worked out, right? And Tuchel's proven to be great for cup games. Weirdly enough, he signed only an 18-month contract to start from the 1st of Jan 2025, which will see him through to the end of the World Cup in 2026 before it gets renewed. And I'm assuming what he's hoping is another star on the England badge, on the England shirt,
He
another
said that, didn't
another
he? He
star.
said
He
another
has said
star
it.
on our badge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's great, but George, probably want to kick off with you. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think, look, I'd love the England manager to be English, as everyone's been saying in the media, but we don't have a manager of that sort of caliber. We've got good managers. We've got like Eddie Howe, for example. He's probably the standout, isn't he? Is he going to leave Newcastle? Probably not. So why not just go out and get a proven not international, sorry, a tournament winning manager. He won the Champions League. He always did well with Chelsea in big tournaments. He got PSG to the final against a Bayern team that was spanking everyone, and he nearly got a result against them. He nearly beat Real Madrid in the previous Champions League just gone. So I think look, he's a proven winner. He's a good manager. He's tactically way better than Southgate. Like the different leagues in terms of how they set up a team to play. I think it's exciting. I know we've had foreign managers in the past and it hasn't worked out, but never felt like we had a foreign manager that was as good tactically as Tuchel actually is. Like he is tactically a very good manager. So I think it's going to be a positive thing, really.
But and probably coming on to you here, Pierce, but can he play Saka, Foden, Bellingham, all these
I don't
stars?
think anyone can.
I don't think you can crowbar them all in, but it's not it's not about getting them all on the pitch, is it? It's about getting the best sort of mix blends that's gonna win a World Cup or at least win a Euros. I don't know if he's there past the World Cup, but yeah, no, I agree with you, George. I couldn't give a shit if he's not English, to be honest. We've done
Yeah,
that. We've had nearly a decade of Southgate, and you know, it's similar to Arsenal. Sick of coming second. We got to a couple of finals, great, but you got to go and win it now. Do you know what I mean? What you're going
yeah,
to do is like
certainly.
another decade-long project with an English manager because the togetherness of the group's never been better, and all those little sound bites. Not interested. It's time to go and win it. Before long, another couple of World Cup only comes around every 4 years. You let one go, and then another one go. And this crop we've got that everyone talks about as being perhaps our best ever crop of talented players, they'll all be retired. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of now or never, I think.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's a proven tournament winning manager. Yeah, I couldn't give a shit that he's not English. It'd be great
Yeah.
if we
But
had someone of that caliber that was
But we
English.
don't. We just don't do it. We just
No,
don't have that caliber.
they're not out there. And on Eddie Howe, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't minded Eddie Howe.
He's not won anything.
He's not, but yeah, you're right. He's not one anything. I think, to be honest, I don't know if I mean, he came out recently and said he wasn't interviewed for it. Um, he should have taken it if it was there. I don't know whether it was or not, but it was doing the rounds recently. There was a few. I listened to a few interviews. There's a little bit of static. It seems like with him and some of the other sort of board, well, not board members, but like technical directors, sporting directors at Newcastle. And I think, you think back to City when they first got bought out. It's, they went for a couple of managers. So I don't
Yeah.
think Howe will be there. If Newcastle do go on to, start spending some money and challenging, I don't think Eddie Howe will necessarily be there. So it might have been actually a good time for him to walk away if things aren't great behind the scenes.
But yeah, I think like I get why people were saying how and stuff, but as we said, he's not a manager. I think international football isn't about. It's about winning at the end of the day. There's
Yeah,
so few tournaments compared. It's not like you get to build for season after season. You've got to do what you can with the crop of players you have,
yeah,
and
exactly.
try and win a tournament. So I'm all for them just going out and just trying to get a win. I think the only better appointment would have been somebody like Guardiola, maybe. I think other than that, Tuchel is the
But Lee,
perfect guy to go for.
Yeah, it's a really good
Lee,
appointment. And
Lee,
like,
Lee
and I saw
Carson,
like people like,
let me put in there. Lee Carson, he did all right for the first game.
He's
I
Irish, though.
appreciate.
He's not even English anyway.
I mean, he lost to Greece, mate.
I know, but
Yeah,
I think he was a trial on having it as a non-striker
he
there,
played
right?
Cole Palmer as a six.
But
Yeah, but he's got no right to start tinkering with it. He only had 3 games. Like, if you've just won the World Cup, have a tinker.
In fairness, I did like how he tried something a bit different, but I don't think I don't think he even wanted the role. He's like, hopefully, I'll go back to the under-21. So
I think
I
when he
mean,
said that, he probably knew that
maybe
someone was
maybe he
saying,
was protecting himself. Yeah, but it's a great appointment, and people like Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher coming out and slating it, saying
sick
it
of
should
them.
be an Englishman.
If
Yeah,
if
just
if
if it was Klopp.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
you think Carragher would have been giving it all that? No, not a
yeah,
chance.
nonsense.
There you go. We're gonna win it.
and that's
It's
what
coming
I was
home.
going to say. Do you think we will take that one step further and win the World Cup now with
It's our
Tuchel?
best chance. I mean,
It's our
anything
best
can
chance.
happen. Anything can happen. You know, you might get
Yeah.
stitched up in the semis or whatever, but
Mm.
we've given ourselves the best chance of winning it. I think
We've got a great squad. We've got a manager that knows what he's doing, knows how to win on big occasion. He'll play. He'll go for it if he needs to. He'll play defensive football if he needs to. He'll get the most out of those players when it comes to that tournament. I'm certain of it. And yeah, I think it's as Piers said. We've given ourselves the best possible chance, and let's just finally just go do it.
But then the other question I have is, why only sign an 18-month contract? Is it just as okay, let me see England through to the World Cup, see how it goes, and then we decide from there? Or is it more of
Is it not pretty standard to? Is it not pretty standard to
normally
just sign on for one tournament?
normally they've
Yeah,
I
had
thought
longer contracts.
I mean, I think it'd have been because otherwise you give him a 3.5 year or a 4 year deal to see him through to
The Euros as
Euros.
well. Yeah.
next Euros. I mean, that's quite a long
But
contract. I think it makes sense.
You've
It
also
suits
got
the
to
guys.
think, yeah, but you've also got to think over that 18 months, how many England games are there going to be up to the top of it? And so it's
Too
not
many.
like being a Premier
he
League, right?
he might not have wanted a longer contract than 18 months. He might have said, "I only want let's get to the World Cup and see where we're at. Let's do that. And if we're both loving it, then we'll go forwards and we'll sign a longer deal." But he might not necessarily. I mean, he's one of the top. You'd have said what 3, 4 managers in the world. You'd probably have him in the same sort of category as Guardiola, Klopp, Arteta, and him would probably be the 4 standouts at the minute, wouldn't they? So like maybe like he will have options. The Real Madrid will be after managers at some point. I'm sure they would potentially be interested in him. Ancelotti's not going to be there forever, so it could be a case of that works for both
winning the World
parties.
Cup. There will be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that works for both parties. 18 months. Let's do what we can in the World Cup, and if we're loving it, we'll carry on. If it's not working out, or one of us wants to go a separate way, then so be it.
Yeah, great. Makes sense.
Fair enough. On that note, thank you very much.